That was
really
amazing.
Cool.
So awesome. Like,
Going where the fair winds blow, our home is where the waters flow. We'll show you what we've come to know on board while sailing wisdom.
Today we have a very special adventure planned. We're going to be going into the Douro Valley, which is probably the most famous region of northern Portugal. It's famous because that is where they have all of the vineyards to make the port wine that gets shipped all over the world. So we're gonna be doing some wine tasting, seeing some beautiful rolling hills and vineyards and the Douro River. The drive we're on right now between the town we were just in and Pinhão is supposed to be the most beautiful drive in Portugal, and we can see why. It's even in the overcast weather, it is breathtaking. We're at our first stop. We're gonna taste some port wine. And that's kind of what you do along this drive. There's just a bunch of stops where you can taste port that's made right here. So we're gonna do our first little tasting.
You can already feel it.
Oh wow. Yeah, I feel the heat coming off.
time that we start that formal taking notes and preparing. In case you guys are wondering why they stomp the grapes with their feet instead of machines, there's two reasons. One, there's the fungus in your feet that starts the fermentation process. And then the heat from your body helps start the fermentation process. And then lastly, your feet are soft because you're a human. When you press the grapes with machines, the force of the machine, if it's too much pressure, it can actually break the seeds, which then ruins the grapes, and it destroys the wine just the same way that the stems would have destroyed the wine. It releases too much acidity into the wine, and then it's lost. So apparently, really, really large vineyards that do massive productions that usually use machines to press the grapes, when they have a really good harvest, they'll still do it by foot.
You feel a lot of the alcohol and you smell a lot of the alcohol. But on family, it starts to be like that. They start getting much more flavors, like cedar, almonds, nuts, caramels, because all the time that they spend on the barrel, the wood will be that flavor. And if you go for grape sweet,
you've ever wondered how a lock works, what it is, you have the upstream side, which has the higher water level, and then the downstream side has the lower water level. So if a boat's going from the upstream to the downstream, he simply comes in the lock, and the lock is filled equal to the height of the water of upstream. He goes in, gate comes up behind them and closes, and then the water's let out until it's level with the water level downstream. And at that point, the gate opens, the boat goes out. To come back, to go upstream, it's the opposite. The boat comes in from the downstream side, the gate closes behind them, the water's filled in until it's level with the water on the upstream side, and then the upstream gate goes away, and the boat goes out. So that's the whole process of a lock in a nutshell. It was just really impressive and impacting to see how quickly it happens, though, because I mean, this isn't thousands of gallons, this is millions of gallons of water that went in minutes. So where are we going?
We're going to a restaurant called O Porto. We're here in Pinhão, which is the largest town in the Douro Valley, and it's very picturesque. We're starting our day today by picking up our sails from the sail loft. We dropped them off a couple months ago to get some repairs. We needed a repair on every single sail. And so we dropped off 5 sails here at the loft, and we're picking them up today. It's exciting.
Let's see if I can get the cover over.
Oh yeah. I'm not an expert, but I did hear that this McDonald's is in an old coffee bar, and it's a place to walk in and just look at.
From here down is all the historic old Porto city, so we're gonna take Herbie's parents down to see that because it's definitely the most beautiful part. This is an igreja constructed in the 1700s in the Rococo style. The Rococo style, you can really tell, is it's very lavish and happy and just fluffy.
Very fluffy. Very fluffy.
That is the fluffiest of churches.
This whole complex was originally built in the 12th century AD, and it was rebuilt and added on to and such a lot in the 17th and 16th centuries. So there's a lot of Gothic and Romanesque influence here.
Would you like to do a little public service announcement for all people who visit these places?
Guys, when you come here, do not touch the gold leaf and try to scrape it off. I will slap you.
It's a pet peeve of ours because we keep seeing people doing that.
So this is really neat. You get a great idea of that. You've got a 360 of Porto here. You get a really good idea of the layout of things. Across the river there is Gaia. This is the Douro River here. And the other day, yesterday, we were way up the Douro River in the Douro Valley, which is where they make all of the port wines. Now, where they sell the port wines is right there in Gaia, across the river from us right now. So we're going to be going over there and doing some tastings in a bit, but for now, we're enjoying this amazing view. We're going to see more of Porto.
They're silky chickens. What? Silky chicken. It's Maddie's favorite chicken. First stop on our way to Coimbra is Aveiro. Aveiro.
It's the Venice of Portugal.
And yes, we've been in Venice recently, and very much like when we saw it, we thought Venice. It helps that there's a gondola.
a really unique town. I see why they call it the Venice of Portugal, but it's nothing like Venice. And it's just colorful and cheerful, even on a gray day like this. It just makes you happy.
When we were in Lisbon, we met up with Vitorino, one of our viewers, and he told us that we had to come see this place called Costa Nova because the tiles and the stripes and everything on the houses. We see a lot of tiled houses here in Portugal, but none with stripes. They're also right next to the beach, so all we have to do is walk over some dunes and we can see the Atlantic Ocean.
It's cold. This is fine.
Yes, this is fine.
We are now in the city of Coimbra, which is known for being the town of the oldest university in all of Portugal. It's a beautiful town, and we're gonna take a walk now in the historic area. So we're here, we climbed many steps and we got up to the University of Coimbra, and you can see many students wearing all the capes and stuff. That's a traditional garb for freshmen who have just finished their first term. And we're going to get a tour of the library, which is the most exciting part, but for now, while we're waiting for our tour, we're just gonna walk around and enjoy. Just to give you an idea, this university is from 1290.
And the really awesome part is this school has been in use consistently, like since then. Like it's never stopped and then been resurrected. So, wow.
So there's the library that we're going to be going to later with a tour guide, and it's absolutely beautiful. This is a palace, which we're not allowed into today because they're doing ceremonies in there, but it still looks great from the outside.
So this is the law school, which believe is from 1290 and has been in use continuously since then. And the really cool thing is they have these 4 Greek figures, and inside there was an inscription that was explaining that it was 3 men and a woman that led the intellectual knowledge path in ancient Greece. And that's Aristotle and Sappho, and I don't remember what the other 2 were now. So the whole point was that the journey through knowledge isn't easy. There's going to be hard times, but you have to keep working towards it. And you have to keep working towards it because if you dedicate yourself to it, you'll create a better future.
We're about to go into the library. Biblioteca Joaninha.
Joaninha.
Joaninha. Here we go.
So this apparently was the academic prison. So if you were in academia and bad, you went here instead of regular prison to keep the academics separated from the common folk.
This is the oldest prison preserved in Portugal. It's in both the academic prison and the prison for the people of Coimbra. It's quite the prison.
Sorry. Where's the library part?
We're under it. I guess this is a prison cell.
Solitaire.
Oh, can you imagine?
And you know how dark it would be too.
Yeah. Standing in a prison cell, it's tiny.
Yes. I would not do well in there. That was
really
amazing.
cool.
So awesome. Like, just wow.
It's one of the coolest things we've seen on this trip.
It really was. It's just...
The whole interior of the library is in the Baroque style, so it's like super...
ornate
Yeah.
and gaudy
Yeah.
and golden and gilded.
Yeah.
It's the library was built in the 1500s, so we're talking 600-ish years.
Ago.
Yeah, like 500 and change years old library. Like, and this library has been in constant use ever since it started.
Yeah.
Just wow.
It's
So
amazing.
yeah, so this is the oldest university in Portugal. It was founded in 1290 in Lisbon.
Right.
And
it
then moved here in
locations.
1536, I think it was. And they've been here since. So
So all the architecture here is from the 1500s on.
yeah.
And it's kind of like a big combination of architecture from all those years.
Yeah.
It's been really neat day seeing all these things.
So
And
amazing.
Coimbra itself is a really cute town.
It is. Lots of stairs. Very much up everywhere. This is so good. This is a strawberry and fig.
I think it's just strawberry.
Strawberry and cream. And this one is mango and coconut. Amazing.
Now it's a museum and it's got all these torture devices as a temporary exhibit, so we're pretty excited to see that.
I got the AIS completely installed, so that's really good. Alright, so our new batteries are here, finally. We've been trying to get them for about a year. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.
And if you'd like to follow our journey in real time on a map, receive postcards from our ports of call, and message us directly to the boat, you can go ahead and become a patron using the link in the description down below.